Boom. Misha Oliver. What? You beat Synth At the top, there's Foxtail Dreams. There's Tina G. Misha and Foxtail Dreams actually beat my message. What do you think of that? Kathy Murphy. Wifey. Hetty Deb. Watcher Soko. Samantha B. Victorina, there's Synthman, Jamie from Wisconsin, and me, BDD in the Heezy. Lucielle, Kathleen Cross, Cecile Kazimi, Stephanie L, The Trump Reaper, Jasmine Lacey, Tracy M, Natalie B, Sylvia Correa, Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. My punch is off. Where do we go? Samantha B. Monique Lee. Samantha Hawkins. Sarah B. Gavin Rutherford. Alaska Cindy. Petty Deb. Queen of the South. F. Getz. Patricia Haverkamp. Pasta D. Your boy Ken. Pamela PJ Lacasse is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Gling, gling. Welcome, everybody. I see Kimini and Paula Freitas joined us. Welcome. Happy Friday to all. Today is every day is a special show, I think, for me. But yeah, today we got some stuff going on. What up, Marty is here. Let's see, Susie Briswell. Na, 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 na. Okay. And no, these are not new glasses. These are the same new old glasses or old new glasses I've been wearing for the past few months. Happy Friday the 13th. Oh, 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 chew, chew, chew. All right, we got some stuff to cover. Let's do a review, a roundup in our stories of the day. Stories of the day. Well, somebody woke up still a loser. The United States withdrawal from Afghanistan is causing many problems and creating a lot of criticism. Let's get into that. The 2020 census results are out, and some of the results are eye-popping. We will review. In our guessing game part of the show today, we are going to cover the one-hit wonders. Let's see if you can guess who they are. And last but not least, I like to end the week on an up note, so we're not doing the You Raggedy Bish, we're doing a rising star, and that's President Jimmy Carter. He's not really a rising star. He's been a star for a minute, but, you know, more and more people, many people are finding out what a great job he's doing. Yes, okay, it's Friday the 13th, and fun fact, for me, 13 is a lucky number. Don't ask me why. Actually, I think you did ask me why once, and I told you before. M is the 13th letter of the alphabet. And That's pretty much it. All right, let's. Without further ado, it's time for us. Did you guys notice I'm relatively early today? Huh? Yeah, 5:35. Brother started today wearing my New York Knicks jersey. That's what's up. All right, let's see. Let's pop on our random chill music so we can get ourselves in the right mood to cover our random slides. All right, first up, some of you may have noticed today I posted about coffee, but a different kind of coffee. See, yours truly, I'm very basic. I'm not ashamed to admit I'm basic, right? I'm not a fancy coffee drinker. Used to be, actually, for the past 12 years prior to today, I've been drinking nothing but black coffee, and that's primarily because I was back about 12 years ago. I was trying to lose weight, and I figured, let me take out the milk and the cream, or the milk and the sugar from my coffee, and just take it black, reduce some calories. And prior to that, I was drinking nothing but light and sweet. That's how I would order my coffee, light and sweet, lots of milk, lots of sugar. But past 12 years, it's been black coffee. Today, wifey decided to treat me to open my eyes to the world, the wonderful world of latte. OMG. Oh my God. It was so delicious. And no, it didn't look like this. It didn't have a swan on the top, but it was nonetheless life-changing. It was delicious. It was a caramel latte. Wifey likes to treat herself on a Friday to Starbucks. So we got a Starbucks caramel latte, and it was fantastic. I love it. Fantastic. Fantastic is my new favorite word for some reason these days. So yeah, now I can hang out with the cool kids. I drink latte. All right, so it's Friday night, so that means it's pizza and movie night. And wifey and I watched a trailer for a new movie that's out on Apple TV. It's called CODA. And CODA stands for Children of Deaf Adults. And that's basically what the movie is about. It stars Marlee Matlin, who is actually deaf in real life. And, well, her daughter in this movie is Ruby, who's there on the screen now. She's the only hearing member of an entire deaf family from, I want to say Gloucester, but I know it's probably pronounced differently. Gloucester, Massachusetts, right? And they have a business. It's a fishing business, and the daughter gets up early in the morning to help them with that business before she even goes to school. And in this movie, she decides that she wants to sing. She wants to sing about the moon and the June and the spring. She likes to sing. So this creates a conflict, and the early reviews that I've seen about this movie, it's very heartfelt, emotionally charged. So, thank you. Stephanie L says it's pronounced Gloucester. I knew it. Like Worcester, right? Worcester, Gloucester. Why do they have to add these extra letters that are all silent? Anyway, I am told to have tissues on the ready for this. So I'm not sure if I'm ready for, to cry my eyes out on a Friday night, to be perfectly honest with you. I do like the premise of the movie. It's not really my kind of movie, but, we'll see. Another movie we might check out either tonight or tomorrow is an old movie. It's old. I've actually already seen this. It's from the 90s. It's starring Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone. It's a movie called The Specialist, and it's a guy who, it's about Sylvester Stallone plays a guy hired by Sharon Stone to take out a lot of bad guys, a lot of bad mobster type guys, and it stars Sylvester Stallone's muscles as well as a nasty guy you're probably familiar with on the Twitter, James Woods. He's a bad guy in this. And when is he not a bad guy, really? So we might check this out tonight, but what's definite, what's guaranteed is that we will be watching episode 4 of season 2 of Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is a fantastic, it's like the feel-good show of the decade. If you have not seen this yet, highly recommend it. It's also on Apple TV. Now, with the order in which we watch these is entirely tonight, this weekend, whatever, is entirely up to wifey, because this weekend, tomorrow, is my wifey's birthday. Yeah. She is the love of my life. She is my everything. And I feel so lucky and grateful to have her in my life. So I would love for you all of my viewers right now, all 45 of you, to please be kind enough to wish wifey a happy birthday. It's tomorrow, so you won't see us tomorrow, but today you can give it a little bit early. It's all right. Happy birthday, my love. Yeah. All right. So that's it for our random stuffs. Let's jump right on into our next segment, which is quick hits. Yeah. Some of my bee. Yeah. So, quick hits. Today is Happy Kool-Aid Day. It's a it's unfortunate that Kool-Aid became associated with such horrible things. It was said that the victims of Jonestown, all drank the Kool-Aid, and that Kool-Aid caused them to, commit suicide unknowingly or knowingly, But from my childhood, I just remember the, hey, Kool-Aid, oh yeah, this big-ass pitcher breaking through people's walls, forcing them to drink from his delicious head, But today, Kool-Aid, it means entirely something else. And it means that you're believing all the lies, you're guzzling the fire hose of lies being sprayed at you. And it's appropriate that today was National Kool-Aid Day, because Mike Lindell, CEO of My Pillow, has drunk every last drop of the Kool-Aid. And then he's, in turn, taking that Kool-Aid and spraying it out to his supporters, his followers, as well as the followers and supporters of the former guy, Spanky McDumbass. Yes, Mike Lindell apparently said, hang on, let me find this. Here. Mike Lindell set August 13th as the date in his bonkers theory that Trump will be reinstated as president. What's funny about that is, that date was relatively soon, from the time I think he announced this like a couple of months ago. And why? Why would you set yourself up for something that is so obviously false? Needless to say, Spanky McDumbass was not available for comment. He was nowhere near the White House. Nowhere near. And Joe Biden is still his president. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's fun, and it's a fact. Therefore, it's a fun fact. Joe Biden is Donald Trump's president. All day, all week, all month, all year, for the next several years. Deal with it. Here's another thing that came out yesterday, actually. Yesterday, the 2020 census results came out. The census is done every 10 years. And every 10 years, it measures, how many people, not citizens, but just people, how many human beings currently live in the United States. And this is important to determine what resources are required for each of the states. And it is also important to determine how those resources are divvied up. And it's important to determine who gets to represent you in Congress, in government, how many representatives you get. So the results overwhelmingly showed that we now have a much more diverse country. Yes. Yeah, we learned, hold on a second. Yeah. We learned that the Caucasian population has grown a lot slower than it has in previous decades. Used to be above 60%, now it's below 60%. Did I see Wojo Mom is here? What's up, Wojo Mom? Wojo Mom in the hizzy, y'all. Yeah, so there's a lot of people that are not happy about this news. The Hispanic population has grown considerably. The Black population is pretty steady. The Asian population has grown considerably. What does this mean? It means diversity. And everybody was not happy about this, though. I tell you this. In fact, a bunch of people let Jennifer Rubin have it when she tweeted yesterday. Jennifer Rubin tweeted, quote, "A more diverse, more inclusive society. This is fabulous news. Now we need to prevent minority white rule." And oh my God, it was mostly it was mostly the white supremacists who came out, and they were not happy about this at all. They were like, wait, are you calling us minorities? LOL. Yeah, not yet, but soon. It's just a fact of life. Just deal with it. Get over it, because right now your neighbors, your co-workers, your doctors, your lawyers, everybody is starting to look more diverse. And as Sylvia Correa points out, diversity is good. Alaska Cindy said it means darker skinned people are far more attractive. No, that's not true. But I mean, it matters what's inside, and if you have this inside of you, you're not going to be attractive to that many people. Guaranteed. That rage, nobody finds that attractive. But look, it's not all good news. Okay, it's not all good news. In fact, some of it is, frankly, is alarming. And if I can just find it, here we go. Yes, our buddy Steve Kornacki was doing his magical whiteboard today. No pun intended. And he points out, here we can see the white population only grew, it's only now 57.8%. But here's the bad news, right? The bad news is that the census has showed that red states are going to be gaining seats in Congress, specifically Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Colorado, Oregon, and Montana. I know that Oregon is a red state, but yeah, that's what it is. And now there are states that are losing seats and this is important. This is important. California loses a seat. New York loses a seat. Illinois, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, West Virginia. With the exception of West Virginia, the rest of those, well, California and New York aren't swing states, but yeah, the rest of those, that's serious. It's serious. And yes, Misha Oliver points out redistricting. This is what's happening now. And what's even scarier is that on this map here, the map I have on the screen now, all of the red states that you see are in charge of redrawing the district lines. Yep. All of the states that appear in red right now, they can redraw the district lines however they want. The purple states, it's a split. It means basically Democrats get to redraw and Republicans. The blue states, as you can see, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states. Those are the only ones where Democrats can fully control the redistricting. So this is scary. This is scary. So I would say pay attention to what's happening. What the hell happened to my slides? Whatever. Yeah. Pay attention to what's happening because it's all very important. And it means that we got some work to do in 2022. We got to bring our tsunami that we used back in 2018 and supercharge that shit. Straight up. Voting rights is not a gimme. It's not guaranteed. In 2021, voting rights are no longer guaranteed, and we can have this next election literally stolen out from underneath us. So we can't sit and be satisfied with a very slim majority in both the House and the Senate. We got to work. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now that I've filled you with so much fear and and foreboding, it's now time for our timeline, a cleanse. Timeline cleanse. Timeline cleanse. All right, this first video is dedicated to that time when you thought it was Thursday and then you realized it was Friday. This kid's moves, though. This is a baby. This is like a 4-year-old, I'm guessing. Can't be any older than 4. Goodness gracious. I could never move like that. Nope, not when I was young, not now. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And that encapsulates the joy of Friday. That's Friday, y'all. The Friday dance. It's fantastic. Good God! Ah! Yeah. All right. Next up, we're going to keep it on the kids because the kids, they're doing fantastic, amazing things these days. Here's one who is creating some amazing spin and has his own cheering section working with him. He's spinning his own music. Look at Shorty next to him, though. He's like, go, big bro. Again, how old is this kid? What is he, 8, 9 years old? He's spinning. He's working a soundboard. It's Friday! Spin that shit, yo. Spin it. Good God! All right. So let me just remind you, I don't want to freak anybody out, but as we know, today is August 13th, which means there's only a few more weeks left of summer. Oh, that's not the whole point of what I'm saying. The point is, if you're planning on going on vacation, wherever it is you're going, if you're getting on a flight, make sure you know whether you are arriving or departing.
There is no way that I'm getting vaccinated.
Oh, dang! That's not the right one.
Totally agree. The vaccine is too
always
dangerous.
screwing up.
It's like a million guns that doctors put in your body. Wait, what?
Wait a minute. We saw this one the other day. Hold on a second. Give me a second here.
Fight the illegal
Let me fix
COVID immigrants.
this.
Slow down. The vaccine
There we go.
is guns and COVID.
Hi.
Hi. For Colin.
Hi, yes, I'm Miranda.
I am flying Southwest, by the way.
Oh, I love Southwest. Are you departing or are you arriving?
That's the question.
Be departing, which means I'm
Leaving.
leaving.
Yeah.
That's the right
But
answer.
I am arriving to
Okay.
the airport.
If you're arriving,
To the airport, you should
it
go
should
through
be
arrivals.
arrivals.
Right, but then I'm immediately departing.
Yeah.
What do most people do?
Most people have either departing or arriving, so
But a lot of times you're bringing people to an airport, and once they get to the airport, they've arrived.
yes. Oh my god. You're a thinker. We're here.
Arrivals.
Okay.
I'm
I'm going
No.
in arrivals. Yeah.
No.
Oh my. Are you sure?
I'm getting out of the car. So
Oh,
I'm leaving.
okay.
Fuck.
No, that's it. No, it's just
Fuck,
you're
departing.
departing.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
We made it. Departing.
Okay, but we've arrived.
Oh.
We have arrived.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we've arrived. We should be in the arrival.
Oh,
You make.
I will. I will. I pick arrivals.
Okay.
I can't. We're departing. You have to be departing. I don't fucking get it. Departing. I died arrivals. I went to arrivals.
Let's do arrivals
I've
and
never had
let's
this
see if
problem.
people what the vibe is.
Look at
What
these
the what?
people
What?
in arrivals.
Everyone looks confused.
I'll ask really politely. Are you arriving or departing?
Oh, you kept moving when you did that.
We
She kept
go
moving.
to arrivals.
What?
That means that you.
There should be different names. Should be
It
I'm
should be-
pulling in or I'm pulling out. No one's confused.
No one's confused about that. Vacation, no vacation.
That's right.
Vacation, right? Going home, business.
You take me home.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Do you live here?
No, I live somewhere else.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
That's crazy. I mean, what's even funnier is that every time I go to the airport, it takes me a second to figure out, wait, seriously? Wait, yeah, departures. But not to that extent. That's ridiculous. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for our that is it for our timeline cleanse, and let us move right along to the main story, which is the Afghanistan withdrawal. This is a very big story. It's been dominating the news for the past several days, where, President Biden announced several months ago that we would be pulling out of Afghanistan, and this is something that everybody knew, including the Taliban. And apparently they were prepared. Wait, can you guys not see me? Sylvia is asking, can you all see BDD? Ra-da-da-da-da. Okay, Samantha says she sees me. Okay, good. Guys, we've been in Afghanistan for a very, very long time. 20 years we've been there. And now we're leaving, whether we want to or not. But we need to. We need to. I mean, was 20 years not long enough? 20 years is a freaking very long time. It is probably our longest war ever. Now, the fact is not lost on me that we have had forces deployed throughout Europe and throughout the planet. But do we need to stay in Afghanistan? They have 300,000 Afghan troops. 300,000. The Taliban has 75,000 fighters. 75,000. The difference between the two is that the Taliban, they can wait. What they did was they waited us out. In fact, the Taliban at once had said, "You have the watches, we have the time." Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, go ahead, do what you're gonna do. 20 years, we've been around for hundreds of years now. We can wait you guys out 10, 20, 30 years or so." And the people who are there, the Afghan warriors, the Afghan troops, they don't have it in them. They don't have it in them to stick it out. You know, the Taliban is determined, and they're like, "We will just wait you out." Every president since Bush has wanted to get out of Afghanistan, but there's never been any kind of exit strategy. But now we're leaving, and our 2,500 troops that we're pulling out, they seem to have been the little tiny piece of duct tape holding that whole country's peace together. I should say peace together. Suddenly, the lives of thousands of Afghan and interpreters are in jeopardy. They have to go into hiding right now because the Taliban's like, "We know who you are. We know where you live. We know who your family is, and their families have been threatened." This is a very serious situation. They are in mortal danger, and the Taliban has been steadily expanding its footprint, taking over large swaths of Afghanistan. And, despite the Afghan army having vastly superior numbers, the Taliban seems to have vastly superior will and ferocity. They're even executing people. They're executing people who are trying to surrender. This is already a major clusterfuck for Biden. So this picture I have here on the screen, the areas of blue are under government control, and the areas of orange are under Taliban control. On the far right, you see, as of April, Taliban's control was scattered throughout the country, but slowly since then, through May and then June, and now as of July 13th, they control a huge chunk of Afghanistan, the majority of it right now. So, how did we get to this point? Let's go back. Okay? We went into Afghanistan in the aftermath of 9/11, and we were looking to get some payback, to hit those who were responsible for hitting us. Now, it turns out it wasn't Afghanistan, but Afghanistan was shielding Osama bin Laden, who it was determined was responsible for 9/11. So we went in there, guns a-blazing, and, airstrikes. We went in there October 7th and started just bombing. And a lot of the bombing we were doing was mountains. It made no sense. But still, it was a relentless bombing campaign. And by November 13th, 2001, Kabul had fallen, and the Taliban were running. They were out. They were fleeing all of the major cities. By January 2004, a new constitution was in place for Afghanistan, and then by December of that year, Hamid Karzai was elected president, and he served 2 5-year terms. Thank you, Lee Saunders, pointing out that bin Laden was in Pakistan. Later on, in 2011, President Obama authorized a surge, and at the top of that surge, America had 140,000 troops there. 140,000. on May 2nd, 2011, Osama bin Laden was killed. So you would think, okay, well, our goal was to go in there and get the guy who did this to us, and so poof, and we can bounce, right? No, we can't. No, we can't bounce because Afghanistan, it was determined, was a haven, a safe haven for terrorists like Al Qaeda. And the Taliban was not about to relinquish their safe haven for anything. Not for us, not for anybody. So we stayed in there. Then in 2015, the Taliban, did I say 2015? Yeah, 2015, the Taliban resurfaced. They started carrying out more suicide bombings and they became more aggressive. And you started hearing stories about, Afghan troops who outnumbered the Taliban 10 to 1 in some instances. 10 to 1. There would be 10 Taliban and 100 Afghan troops. They would just lay down their weapons, they took off their uniforms, burned them, and scram. They left behind millions of dollars worth of expensive American equipment, weapons, all that shit, vehicles, Humvees, you name it. Unbelievable. Even after 14 years, after having been in Afghanistan with them, training their folks for 14 years, they were still not ready to take the mantle of defending their own positions. That's where it was. Then in 2020, last year, February 2020, the United States and the Taliban signed an agreement for bringing peace to Afghanistan. And the U.S. and NATO allies agreed to withdraw all troops within 14 months if the militants upheld their end of the deal. So, fast forward to right now. And the Taliban are poised to reclaim their entire country and impose strict fundamental rule on Afghanis. And, the women are clearly going to suffer the worst. There are young women who have grown up in this era where the Taliban were not ruling. So what I have here on the screen are Afghani women who are wearing burqas. Burqas are the head-to-toe gear. It covers everything. It covers the face. You can't see anything but just the fabric there. You cannot, that's what a burqa is. And it's not just the burqas. It's not just the gear. It's, the Taliban do not recognize women as having the same rights. What's up, Star Shoemate? They don't recognize women as having the same rights as men. No. In fact, the Taliban have instructed cab drivers to not bring women into town unless they are accompanied by a man. They don't even have the right to go anywhere by themselves. Alaska Cindy's informing me Star Shoemate needs some healing thoughts, and I'm sending them to you, Star Shoemate. Whatever it is that you're going through, I'm praying that you have the strength and the energy and the positivity to pull through it. I'm pulling for you. I don't know what it is that you're going through, but whatever it is, I am pulling for you. And I'm sure the rest of our viewers are as well. So yeah, in addition to the situation with women's rights, the major concern for the United States is terrorism. Because they say that the Taliban allows Afghanistan to be used as a training ground for Al Qaeda, and that has not changed. So here we are right now. We are pulling out of Afghanistan. And not only are we pulling out, but now we're having to divert 3,000 troops back to Afghanistan just to ensure the safe departure of American personnel. So yeah, it looks the optics of this are horrendous because number one, we have people that helped us, the Afghanis, the Afghani um, translators whose lives are in danger, and it looks like we can't get them all out. The U.S. is basically telling them, see if you can get to an airport somewhere. That's not how it's supposed to go down. What does that mean for the future? That means for future conflicts, if we need assistance, we're not likely to get that assistance because it looks like we've just abandoned people that were critical to our success, to the success of our mission. Not a good look. I mean, any way you look at this, you could say, yeah, Trump back in April, Trump actually said he gave some um, rare praise to Joe Biden. He says this is a good thing. It's a positive thing pulling out of Afghanistan. His only criticism is that he would have done it earlier. He would have stuck to the May 1st timeline. Trump had a May 1st timeline set. We're leaving months later. I don't know how long it takes to get a place like Afghanistan under control, especially if it doesn't look like the people who are there, the troops that we've trained, it doesn't look like they have the wherewithal, the will to fight these guys. I don't know. Some people are saying that the Taliban are threatening the families of these soldiers. They're like, "Hey, we know where all your family live. We will kill them and make you watch before killing you too." That's kind of tough. What do you do in the face of that? So to me, I think in general, war is never a winning proposition. We definitely had to go to war in World War II and stop the threat of Adolf Hitler. We had to. Did we have to go into Afghanistan? Did we? They say it was to get the terrorists, but I don't know. I don't know. It looks like the only thing that has happened is that our having been in Afghanistan for 20 years has created a lot of resentment amongst the people. You know, one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, or I should say one person's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter. To us, the Taliban and Al Qaeda look like terrorists because they are killing and hurting our people and they don't play by the rules. But to people on their side, it looks like we're the terrorists. We're the bad guys. We are this great big power. We have all this power. We've gone into tiny little Afghanistan and we're messing shit up and killing their people. So we didn't just lose the actual war. We're losing the propaganda war now. Wilbur McCarthy points out we went to Afghanistan because Cheney needed that pipeline. Yeah, it wasn't just that. I think there's a whole lot of opium in Afghanistan too. I think opium is their main export, and that shit is valuable. It's highly valuable. Give me 1 second. Watcher Circle wants to know, where's eponymous George lately? I don't know. Lee Saunders says it's like the empire messing with other cultures, history repeating itself. Yeah. So I don't know. My opinion on this is yes, we should leave. Period. Also, B, if we knew we were going to leave, we should have had a better strategy planned out. How come nobody knew that the Taliban was positioned all over the place to start swarming and absorbing all these cities. Why did nobody know this? It's a serious, it's a serious failure of intelligence. And it's a failure of leadership and planning, all that. It's a major failure. So, in the midst of having to try to deal with our own coronavirus pandemic here, we have this going on. And the right wing is going to use this as a cudgel, as, they're going to try to say that President Biden is feckless and whatever. They're going to criticize him, even though their own guy wanted to do exactly the same thing and a lot earlier. Do I remember Saigon? Of course I did. Yeah. The thing is, what the Taliban did is exactly what the Viet Cong did. They knew the Viet Cong could have never defeated the United States head to head, straight up. No, they just employed guerrilla tactics. When you face a superior force, you shoot and then you run away and you hide and employ all those tactics. And that's exactly what the Taliban did. You know when to retreat and when to be patient and be quiet and all that stuff. And that's what they did. And they beat us again. They beat us. My thoughts and prayers are with the families of those interpreters. I really hope those interpreters are able to get out and get their families out somehow. It's a very scary situation, and it's evolving. I don't know everything there is to know about the Afghanistan situation, but what I just gave to you just now, that's what I know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to move forward to my favorite part of the show. It is the guessing game. Name that one-hit wonder. Those of you who are here probably already familiar with how we do this and what we do. But those of you who are new, here's what this game is, right? I am going to sing a few lines to a song that was created by a one-hit wonder. And how do I define a one-hit wonder? It's somebody who came out with a song and they weren't famous for anything else but just that one song. They might have created like 30 or 40 songs, but nobody ever heard them because it was just that one song. So when I sing it, you're going to listen, you're going to be like, oh, I know who that is. Yeah, and then you type it in and you hit send. And for the most part, I think you guys will get most of these. But some of these are very tricky. Some of these are very tricky. So, and if you get it right, I'll shout you out as many as I can. Usually I do about 10 or 15 names. All right? You ready? Here's the first one. When I die and they lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the da-da-da-na-na. Going up to the da-da-na-na-na. That's where I go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the best. Anybody know who sang that? Okay, I see you all know the name of the song. The person who sang it was Norman Greenbaum, and I see a few people have guessed that correctly. I'm going to give you credit when you guess the name of the song, but full credit goes to the people who guess the name of the song and the singer. So, Jen Murphy at the top, Jasmine Lacey, Gavin Rutherford, Lee Saunders, Cindy C, Valerie G, Cha-Cha, Peter Isaboss got both the name and the artist. Wilbur McCarthy, Sylvia Correa, Karen Purdy, Jen Murphy says Norman Greenbaum, Misha Oliver, Susie Brizuela, Synth Fan, Samantha Hawkins, Monique Lee, Tracy M., Bernadette, Star Shumate, Kathleen Cross, Kathy Murphy, Walter Soko, Fox Hill Dreams. Misha Oliver also says Norman Greenbaum. Okay, very good. Somebody, the Trump Reaper said some 70s dude sang it. Very good. Yes, that is definitely a one-hit wonder. And fun fact, he is Jewish, and he was inspired by watching some televangelist on TV, and he was like, yeah, I can do that. And he made this song. Great song. Okay, are you guys ready for the next one? Here we go. Here we go. Never been awake, never seen a daybreak, leaning on my pillow in the morning, lazy day in bed, music in my head, crazy music playing in the morning light. Trump Reaper said Mike Lindell. No. Hey, we got a donation from Omar Jarala on the third rail. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much for that. Ah. Oh, shit. Tracy M said Ozempic. Ozempic. All right, no. This was, the name of the group was Pilot. And I see I've stumped quite a few of you. Excuse me. Pilot, It's Magic was the song. And let's see, who do we got here? Star Shumate guessed Magic, as did Cindy C., the Trump Reaper. Kathy Murphy got both. She said Pilot and Magic. Very good. Lucy L. P-Day's a Boss got both. Magic by Pilot. Stella Baxter. Tracy M., I'm giving you partial credit for the Ozempic. Misha Oliver. Susie Brizuela. Monique Lee. Cha-Cha. Jasmine Lacey. Sylvia Correa. Samantha Hawkins. Synth Fan. Wilbur McCarthy said Specky's brother. Gavin Rutherford. Very good, you guys. Star Shumate says that Ozempic commercial slaps. Yeah, damn them for taking a really good song. Oh, well, but at least Pilot is getting something, so they're now a two-hit wonder, technically. All right. Here's the next one. You ready? Here we go. Yeah, once I was a boogie singer, playing in a rock and roll band. I never had no problems, yeah. Burning down the one-night stands and everything around me, yeah. Got to stop to feeling so low. And I decided quickly, yes I did, to just go down and check out the show. Bah, bah, bah. Yeah, they were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted, play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music right. All right, so we were looking for Wild Cherry. The name of that group, Wild Cherry, was inspired by a throat lozenge, a cough drop. And it's fun fact. I didn't know these guys were white. I never knew. Actually, I was last night years old. Even though I know he is singing about somebody saying, play that funky music. He didn't, it never sounded white to me. I never really, really listened to the lyrics, to be perfectly honest with you. I was always just grooving to the melody. Whatever. Anyway, at the top here, we got the Trump Reaper. Lee Saunders, Tracy M, Sheila Bird, the Trump Reaper gets Wild Cherry, Samantha B, Susie Briswella, Pasta D, Gavin Rutherford, Wilbur McCarthy gets the name and the artist Wild Cherry, Lucy L, Monique Lee, Cindy C also gets both, Peter Zabos gets both, Cha Cha, Kathleen Cross, Stella Baxter, Tracy M gets Wild Cherry, Cecile Kazemi, Jen Murphy, Lumpy Girl, Samantha Hawkins. Very good, you guys. Okay. Let's see. I'm ready for the next one. Are you? Here we go. Hang on.
I heard you on my wireless back in 52, lying awake intent at tuning in on you. If I was young, it didn't stop you coming through.
Oh, uh-oh.
They took the credit for your second symphony, rewritten by machine and new technology. And now I understand the problems
You can see. Oh, uh-oh. You were the first one. I don't know why that voice modulator makes me slow the hell down. It does, though. Okay. Oh, I see. I got a bunch of guesses. Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. In my mind and in my car. All right, so at the top here we got Michelle Bookout, Gavin Rutherford. Michelle Bookout also says the Buggles. That's correct. That was the name of the group we were looking for, the Buggles. Sylvia Correa, the Trump Reaper, Susie Briswella, Synth Fan, Wilbur McCarthy. Synth Fan also gets the Buggles. Cindy C gets the Buggles. Misha Oliver, Lee Saunders, Trump Reaper gets the Buggles. Kathleen Cross, Jen Murphy, Buggles. Lucy L, Karen Purdy, Samantha Hawkins, Cecile Kazemi. Pete is a Boss gets the both. The Buggles. Stella Baxter gets the Buggles. Very good, you guys. Wilbur McCarthy, too, gets both. All right. Next one. You ready? Here's the next one. Dun, dun. Funny how it seems, always in time, but never in line for dreams. Head over heels when toe to toe. This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound. I bought a ticket to the world, but now I've come back again. Why do I find it hard to write the next line? Oh, I want the truth to be said. Ba, 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 ba. I know this much is true. Okay, who do we got here at the top? Who's at the top of the list? We were looking for Spandau Ballet, True. Name of the song is True. And at the top, we got Tracy M, Misha Oliver, Gavin Rutherford, Cecile Kazemi, Watcher Soko, Sylvia Correa gets both. True Spandau Ballet. The Trump Reaper with Spandau Ballet. Jen Murphy, Spandau Ballet. Sheila Bird, Susie Brizuela. Wilbur McCarthy with both. Cindy C with both. Lee Saunders with both. Kathy Murphy, Synth Fan with both. Stella Baxter with both. Star Shumate, Spandau Ballet. Lucielle. Monique Lee, Spandau. Synth Fan, Peter is a Boss, both. Samantha Hawkins, both. Cha-Cha, Misha Oliver, Spandau. Very good, you guys. Very good. And what I think is funny, when you guys look at this picture, right? I looked at a bunch of pictures of Spandau Ballet, and I don't know what it is, what was happening at the time they came out with this, but don't they remind you of the promo picture for that movie, The Outsiders? I don't know why they did that. Here's Spandau Ballet, and this just has that same energy as The Outsiders, which is actually a really cool picture. If you see, we got Emilio Estevez, Patrick Swayze, Ralph Macchio, Matt Dillon, C. Thomas Howell, Rob Lowe, and Tom Cruise. Like, wow. Wow. Stella Baxter, you get extra credit for pointing out the PM Dawn sampling for that song, True. Very good. That's a good one. And I actually literally told Wifey that last night. All right, here's the next one. Here we go. Moving forward, using all my breath. Making love to you was never second best. I saw the world thrashing all around your face, never really knowing it was always mesh and lace. You've seen the difference, and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world, I'll melt with you. Okay, I see a lot of people saying stop the world. Those are the lyrics, but the song is Melt with You. Huh? And the group was Modern English. That's what we were going for, Modern English. Lee Saunders says, not one-hit wonders. Are you talking about that picture of these guys here, or are you talking about Modern English? Because I don't know, here in the United States, this was the only thing we knew Modern English for, Melt With You. And at the top, we got Jen Murphy with both Melt With You. I'm going to give you guys partial credit for saying Stop the World. It's not really the name of the song, but you know what it is. Susie Brizuela, partial credit. Misha, partial. Tracy M, partial. Star Shumate, partial. Wilbur McCarthy gets both correct. It was Melt With You, Modern English. Michelle Bookout, partial. Velvin Bixie, partial. Cindy C gets full credit. Sylvia Correa, partial. Misha Oliver, Modern English. There we go. Lucielle, partial. Trump Reaper, credit. Melt With You. Monique, Melt With You. Cecile, partial. Pete is a Boss gets full credit. Both. Stop the World, Synth Fan, partial. Sheila Bird, partial. Stella Baxter, partial. Watcher Soko, partial. Everybody, and Samantha Hawkins, both. Very good. Okay. This one is fun. This one is fun. And I guarantee you, a bunch of you are going to be like, wait, that's not even a song. Guarantee you it was a hit song, but one hit wonder. Here we go. Once there was this kid who got into an accident and couldn't come to school. But when he finally came back, his hair had turned from black into bright white. He said that it was from when the cars had smashed so hard. Okay, you just so you know, there's a person by the name of Ditz X saying the 80s music wise was so gay. If you're new to this room, which I'm sure you are, we don't talk like that in here. Just so you know, okay? Not, I don't like it. Don't like it. You can find many other synonyms for describing the kind of the music, but homophobic words like gay, keep it out. Let's see. Okay, so the name of this group was Crash Test Dummies. And the name of this song, I kid you not, was mm, mm. So, if you get anywhere close to that, you're getting credit. So, Samantha B, Sylvia Correa, The Trump Reaper, Jed Murphy, Gavin Rutherford, Jed Murphy with CTDs, very good. Cindy C, Misha Oliver. Cindy C got both. Yeah, Misha Oliver, Sylvia Correa, Crash Test, Susie Brizuela, Misha Oliver, both. Cha Cha, Crash Test, Lee Saunders, right? Peter is a boss. Samantha Hawkins, both. Very good. Wilbur McCarthy, both. Pasta D said, Little House on the Prairie. Okay. Here's the next one. You guys ready? Here you go. So many nights I'd sit by my window waiting for someone to sing me his song. So many dreams I kept deep inside me, alone in the dark. But now you've come along. Ah, 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 to carry on. You light up my days and fill my night with song. Yes, we were looking for Debbie Boone. You light up my life. Okay. Let's see. Here we go at the top. Here we got Sheila Bird, followed by Tracy M. Jed Murphy, Star Shoemate, Cindy C gets both the name and the artist. Susie Brizuela, Misha Oliver, Lucy L, Tracy M gets Debbie Boone, Sheila Bird gets Debbie Boone, Monique Lee gets both, Michelle Bookout, both. Trump Reaper, Sylvia Correa, Watcher Soko, Valerie G, Victorina, Lumpy Girl, Misha Oliver gets Debbie Gibson. No, it's not Debbie. It's not Debbie Gibson. Synfan says Megadeth, The Conjuring. What? Stella Baxter gets both. Samantha Hawkins gets both. Velvin Bixby, I like that name. Velvin Bixby gets both. Pete Isaboth gets both. Pete is a boss. Karen Purdy gets both. Okay. Here we go. Here's the next one. Here's the next one. Tongue tied or short of breath, don't even try. Try a little harder. Something's wrong, you're not naive. You must be strong. Ooh, baby, try. Hey, girl. Move a little closer. Da, da, cause you're da 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 na 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 na. I have stumped most of this room, damn it, and I feel proud. This was not even the song I thought I was going to stump you guys on. We were looking for Too Shy by Kajagoogoo. Kajagoogoo. Let's see. Did anybody guess this correctly? I didn't think that was going to be the tough one. Let's see. Paula Freitas, right at the top, says Kajagoogoo. You are correct, Paula Freitas. Let's see. Lee Saunders gets both. There you go. There you go. Star Shoemate. Tracy M. Misha Oliver gets both. The Trump Reaper gets both. Sylvia Correa. La la la. Cecile Kazemi, Synth Fan. Sylvia Correa gets Kajagoogoo. Monique Lee. Too Shy. Yes. Susie Brizuela. Pete is a boss. Michelle Bookout gets both. Tracy M. Kajagoogoo. Samantha Hawk gets both. Melissa McQueen. Too Shy. Very good, you guys. Okay. This next one is the last one. So listen up. Listen closely. One hit wonder. I'm really interested in this one. I know you're going to guess the name of the song easily, right? But really, on this one, the name of the artist is key, and I'll get to that in a minute. Blow horns, you sure sound pretty. Your violins keep moving to the nitty-gritty. When you hear the scratch of the guitar scratching, then you know that rhythm carries all the action. Whoa. Da-da-da-da-da. Ra-na-uh-uh-uh-uh. Da-da-da-da-da. Ra-da-da-da-da-da. I know who you're thinking this is. Turn the beat around. Love to hear percussion. All right, I stumped quite a few of you. I don't blame you because I never heard of Vicky Sue Robinson before last night. I was last night years old when I learned that Vicky Sue Robinson was the one who originally did Turn the Beat Around. That was made even more famous. It was a hit when Vicky Sue Robinson did it, but Gloria Estefan, she just blasted it through the stratosphere. But it was Vicky Sue Robinson. Who are we looking for here? Who's at the top here? We got Tracy M. guesses both correctly. Vicky Sue Robinson, Turn the Beat Around. Samantha B. Sheila Bird. The Trump Reaper. Lumpy Girl. Valerie G. Stella Baxter gets both. Susie Brizuela. Oh, no. Susie said Gloria. Well, you get partial credit. Samantha Hawkins. Gavin Rutherford. Monique Lee gets the name. The Trump Reaper. Nope. Cha-Cha. PETA is a boss with both. Cindy C with both. Okay, so the reason I said hold on, it's not who you think it is, et cetera, was because Gloria Estefan. And fun fact, I was watching both music videos, right? And I saw Vicky Sue Robinson, and then I watched the music video for this one. And this video with Gloria Estefan, who kind of looks a little similar to Vicky Sue Robinson, her video has scenes from a Sylvester Stallone movie interspersed throughout the music video. And I'm like, I wonder what movie that is. It looks familiar. And then I see, oh shit, PETA's a boss says she died 45 or 46 years ago. Wow. She was 45 or 46 years old when she died. Wow. But yeah, then I saw Sharon Stone in some of those clips in the music video for Turn the Beat Around. And I was like, And I Googled Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, and came up with that movie that wifey and I may or may not be watching, The Specialist. So I brought it all the way back to the intro. That's it for the game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for playing Guess That One-Hit Wonder with me. There were a lot of other one-hit wonders that I saw, like Aha, for instance, and some people will say, Aha, they're not one-hit wonders. Here they kind of are. But I already did Take On Me in a different one of these other guessing game things. Thank you for playing. Last but not least, I got to try to speed my way through this now, and I hate to do this, but I'm running out of time here. I've run out of time. I've run late.
Hooray!
It's the Rising Stars. The Rising Stars are people that are making a serious impact, and we want to give them some appreciation. So our rising star for today is none other than President Jimmy Carter. President Carter was trending yesterday on Twitter because people on the right, they try to drum up Jimmy Carter's name and use it as an insult. If somebody tries to compare you or your president to Jimmy Carter, it's not an insult. Jimmy Carter was a hell of a guy, was a stand-up guy, and is probably our finest living president because he lives by example. He is a selfless individual, and we're going to highlight him a little bit here. First of all, President Carter has been with his only wife, Rosalind, for 75 years. 75. He loves that woman dearly, and it shows. Going all the way back. Also, fun fact, most people knew that President Carter was a peanut farmer before he was elected from the state of Georgia. What many people might not have known is that he had to put his farm in a blind trust. Why? Because he was taking on the presidency right in the aftermath of the whole thing with Nixon. He didn't want there to be any question of ethical issues whatsoever. So he put his farm in a blind trust. Nice. He divested. Thank you. He continues to work on his passion project for over 32 years, Habitat for Humanity, where this old man is 95 years old. He is still going out and building homes for humanity, for people who, for people who cannot afford. What, did I go all the way back here? Hang on. People who cannot afford a decent home, he's building these homes. And he even busted his eye once. And let's see, I have a video for that.
I got up this morning at home in Plains getting ready to go to church, and I fell down and hit my forehead on a sharp edge. but I had a number one priority, and that was to come to Nashville to build houses.
You have to be a really, really shitty person to try to diss this guy who does nothing but he's just living his life for other people. He lives in a very inexpensive home. I think his home is like $160,000, and lives a modest Christian life. What I understand about Christian values, that's a guy who walks the talk. What else? there was an incident where his son, Jimmy Carter's son, smoked a doobie on the roof of the White House with Willie Nelson. That's just badass. That is cool as hell. And that's not the only thing that President Carter had some business with on the roof of the White House. He installed solar panels on the roof of the White House. He was well ahead of his time. He with climate change, he was concernicus about that and renewable energy. Yeah, he installed that only to have President Reagan uninstall them. But still, his impact was nonetheless felt. On the topic of homosexuality, he was also well ahead of his time. Here's a quote from him. He says, "Homosexuality was well known in the ancient world, well before Christ was born, and Jesus never said a word about homosexuality. In all of his teachings about multiple things, he never said that gay people should be condemned. I personally think it is very fine for gay people to be married in civil ceremonies." He said this back in the day. Now, because of his belief, he didn't go the full 9 yards with actual marriage. He was just there with civil ceremonies. But he was light years ahead of everybody else. Here's another quote from him, and he's one of those instances where he's not shy about dunking on the former guy. He says about Trump, he says, "He lost the election and he was put into office because the Russians interfered on his behalf. Period." Jimmy Carter is a fantastic human being. He's sturdy as hell for somebody who's 95 years old, and he's beloved by most civilized people here in the United States. And when he starts trending on Twitter, there's got to be some kind of automatic alert that he's fine. He's only trending because people are trying to be assholes and use him in a bad way. But he should really only be trending because he is an awesome person. Monique Lee is correcting me. He is 96. Thank you, Monique. So yes, Godspeed to you, President Carter. We hope you can keep going strong as long as possible. We love you very much. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even have 1 minute for questions. I'm going to end this show on that note. Such a beloved president and human being. I wanted to leave you guys with some good feelings. And I thank you for joining me for another overlong episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, a.k.a. Brooklyn Dad. Cindy C is reminding us all to please hit that like button on your way out the cyber door. And if you have not yet gotten your vax, please do so. Get the shot. Save your own life and save the lives of the people that love you. Get the vaccine. And make sure you wear a mask. And keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And have a lovely, relaxing evening and weekend. You guys be safe. I will see you here Monday, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Boom. Hey. Good call. CBC, notice I looked right into the camera. Yeah, you know what? I never look right into the camera because I'm busy looking at your comments here. Just keep in mind, even though I don't necessarily comment on everybody's comment, I do see them. Yeah, and that's why I'm not like always looking into it. I hardly ever look into the camera, but yeah. Hey! Jill Russell with the birthday greetings for wifey. And Cha-Cha with birthday greetings. Hey! Gavin Rutherford giving the shout out, the birthday shout out to wifey. Okay, so Corey Lord says, just so you know, Corey Lord is the one who keeps sending the polls and petitions to me and my followers. I have not seen one poll or petition. Huh. That's interesting. I haven't even seen a single poll or petition. Lee Saunders, thank you for the birthday greetings. And that damn Karen. Corey Lord, thank you for everything you're doing. Even if I haven't seen it now, I'm going to have to go look for it. And you guys, thank you so much. I love you all. And now it's that time. You need to leave.